Okay, this assignment we'll go over Chapter 1. And on page 1-17, you'll see exercise 1-5, and it's asking you to open up the first floor plan from the residence. And you were supposed to download it from here. I provided the link in the week 1 syllabus and Chapter 1. And when you go to that link, you'll download a file that looks like this. Click in there, go into sample files and residence, and go ahead and open up the first floor file. Hit OK, and the file will look like this. And when you get into the file, we've opened up the drawing just by double clicking, and we are in paper space. This is the layout that AutoCAD does for presentations, and especially when you are creating plans. As architects, we present plans in such a way to where they are easily read, there's no confusion, and there's information that are quite standard in the industry. And you'll learn a little bit about that through this course. Okay, so now I'm going to switch to model space. I'm going to go down here where it says model, click on model, and this is where all the work has been done. You can see they've drawn the walls. They've also drawn some stone in there as well. Bathroom fixtures. You'll see dimensions. These are dimensions. Dimensions give you the distance from here to here. They'll give you, all the distances. So when someone goes to build this, they know exactly how far from this to the middle of this window where it's going to be located. So they can build the frame for the wall, frame for the window, and actually physically put the window in there. This number right here that you see in this hexagon is associated with a window schedule. A window schedule tells you exactly what this number is, and what this number is the window itself. It'll identify the size of the window and the manufacturer or model number. It's pretty detailed when it comes to that. And so right now you see me zooming in and out. I'm using my mouse wheel to zoom in and zoom out. And through this exercise, you are, it tells you how to do it in other ways. I'm going to tell you, the text tells you how to do it in other ways. I'm going to tell you how to do it the quickest way. And having a mouse with a mouse wheel will significantly take your CAD projects, the amount of time it takes, and chop the time down into a more efficient way. And so I like to teach AutoCAD in such a way to where you're more efficient with your time, because the reality is time is money. And when you're working for somebody and you get something done quick, that means you can move on to another project and another project and another project. So the more projects you get done, the more money the company makes. And if you work for a pretty good firm, there could be bonuses, raises, promotions, all the good things that go with that. And so this is why I like to teach you in the most efficient way that I know of. And not to say that mine is the perfect way. It works for me. If you find something else that works for you, by all means, go for it. There's the old saying, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Well, same with CAD. There's multiple ways of doing things with CAD. And so this is a brief introduction on zooming in. You can use the mouse wheel. You can also use the zoom command. Hit the letter Z and the space bar, and I can draw a box. So I'm right clicking and holding, and I'm dragging this box here, and I'm going to click again, and it'll zoom right in. Or let's just say I'm zooming way out and I really can't see where everything went, I can hit the letter Z for zoom, hit enter, and I can also hit the letter E for extents, and bam, it shows up. And so I'll have that in the cheat sheet, zoom extents, because sometimes when you're dealing with a file and you have so many things going on and you lose something, you're like, oh, where did it go? And you really can't see this dot. And let me zoom out, and you don't know where your project is, and you try and go to select something and nothing's there. Well, this, think of this like outer space. It's just a vast void of nothingness, and you don't know where anything's at. And to reorient yourself with your work, zoom extents is the command to go to. So that is the letter Z. Type in the letter Z, enter, hit the letter E, enter, and that's zoom extents. I know it doesn't really... Oh, it does talk about that on page 1-18. The zoom window as well. So let me zoom back out. So the letter Z, zoom, and I can create a little box. I just left click, and you actually don't have to hold left click, and then it'll draw a box. And then left click again to where you think it is. And if you want to jump back into any command, hit the space bar again, and it'll repeat the previous command that you did. And learning AutoCAD is, I know it can seem intimidating sometimes. Really, it's just a repetition of commands that'll get you used to it, and knowing the language of CAD, and a lot of tips and tricks. And so that's zoom. That's how we zoom in. Zoom extents. Use the mouse wheel. I know on page 1-19, it tells you to click on the window, the zoom window tool. I can tell you this: if you're going up here, clicking on any of these icons, and not to say that like if you forget the command, or you need to reference it real quick, you're like, oh, copy. Shoot, what's the copy command? If you hit the letter C and just start it off, it tells you what the short command is, the keyboard command is. It's CO. And in order to jump into any command, so I'm going to hit CO. You type in the command, you hit the space bar, and you're in that command. And then I want to select what I want to copy. And I know I'm going a little off topic right now, and then I hit the space bar again to let AutoCAD know I'm done selecting, and then I want to copy this. And so I left click, copy, and from that base point that I selected right in the middle, and then I could set it wherever I want. I could specify a distance. Oh, and if you're typing in distance, this apostrophe is feet. This is inches, and if you need to type in fractions, make sure you put that dash right here. Get that dash before that, and it'll allow you to hit that fraction. Oop. Sorry, take the apostrophe out. Now, there you go. And it allowed me to drop that in that exact. And just to prove to you that it did, DLI, that is the dimension. Here we go. And yep, 12 feet, 10 inches, or 10 inches 3/4. 10 3/4 of an inch. All right. So anyway, that's the zoom. The book talks about zoom previous. Like I said, I really don't use it. Zoom extents, the mouse wheel, and zoom. is what I typically use. So I don't know where any of my stuff is. There we go. Zoom extents. Again, that's the letter Z, spacebar, the letter E, and spacebar. And when I say enter, I don't mean the enter button. Typically in CAD, I always use the spacebar to hit enter. The pan tool. The command for pan is the letter P. Spacebar, and this won't allow me to zoom, but it allows me to slide stuff over. And this is useful, especially when you're in tight spaces and you're trying to deal with something, and you need to slide this over just a smidge to get, put information. This is very useful for that. So the letter P, spacebar, that gets you into the command. And if you want to get out of any command, this is important. Hit escape, and you're out of the command. So if you have a mouse wheel, if you push and hold the mouse wheel, you are in the pan command. I like to use that one. That's my go-to. Jumping into the pan command because it reduces the amount of steps that I have to do. I don't have to hit the letter P. I don't have to hit enter and then click. I just click and I'm in the pan command, and it takes me out of it instantly. If you notice, it goes back to my cursor, and that's what I love about that. So that is the pan command, and it is the hand symbol up here somewhere. Where's it at? It's in one of these groups. Anyway, like I said, I know the keyboard commands, and they're much quicker than having to take the few seconds and go up here and click on certain things. And if you don't see a particular command here, I've created a cheat sheet, and I plan on making tutorials on each of these commands. And I will provide links to each of them as well. And so anyway, on page 1-22, there is a tutorial on the scroll wheel. Like I said, this is something that I like to go to. I'm going to teach you one more command, the line command. And in the line command, you can draw lines to any specific length. So let's just say I wanted 25 feet. 25 apostrophe. That's the indication for feet, and that's universal. Any architecture firm you go to, or interior design firm you go to, this is universal. Let's see. Let's do 3 inches. Let's do dash. Let's say ½ an inch. Enter. And I want to check that. So DLI is dim linear. So dimension. And if, what I'm saying is, there you go, just verifying. I'm talking a whole new language. And if you're not keeping up with the language, don't worry about it. You'll have that cheat sheet that I've given you. Practice using the cheat sheet. Print it out. Have it next to you. And practice this language. Yeah, with any language, you need to practice it in order to learn it. And so learning this is a new language. All right, and so that's how to draw lines. And let's just say I wanted to draw a line that was 25 feet only. But let's just say I wanted to draw it with a 60-degree angle. If I hit tab, you see and notice how it goes over to this part right here where you see where it says 1 degree. Well, I can type in 60 and hit enter. And now it's drawn that line at 60 degrees. Anyway, jumping a little bit ahead. But that is the zoom extents, and so you can navigate and move around. That's also the pan tool as well. I showed you the line command, and my hopes is that you can just start, doodling a little bit. So, draw a few lines. What I want you to do with this assignment, 1-5, is get comfortable with it. I want you to start getting comfortable using this software. You're not going to break it. And another one of my favorite commands, aside from Control S, and that's the save command, is Control Z. Anytime I want to undo something, Control Z, undo. Control Y is redo. Again, I'm going to put this in the cheat sheet as well. We'll go over that. Anyway, that's all the time I have for this video. Tune in to my next video for Chapter 2.